Hey guys, how's it going? I'm just gonna make a little video on, I guess my personal opinion on the best PvP weapons that you can buy from faction vendors. That being New Monarchy, Dead Orbit, Future War Cult, Crucible, and Vanguard. I'm just gonna, maybe highlight 1 to 2 weapons per faction. No special, no heavy weapons because it's a little redundant. You're just going to use a rocket launcher or sword anyways. Let's not kid ourselves. And I'll try and tell you which factions are better than others while I'm at it, as well as what are probably the best weapons based on what has beaten the shit out of me in Crucible and what I've used against others. I do have a pretty substantial collection of weapons in this game. And I'm going to start with the obscure New Monarchy faction. I don't think a lot of people actually are part of this one. As you can see, I'm not. So, for New Monarchy, from what I've gathered, looking at all of the factions together, the thing that sets this one apart is this guy right here, the shotgun. It's called Burden of Proof 9. It's your standard shotgun. It's just, there's not a lot of good shotguns for the factions, but what stands this one apart is it's got full auto, got a little bit of impact over here if you want to, but I would just keep the range because if you go over to this guy, you can increase the range quite significantly. It's not too bad. Yeah, it's underdog's okay, but it's not the most optimal. This is not the most optimal shotgun out there. Like, there's a ton of other things you can get, but as far as the factions go, I think this is probably the best shotgun out of all of them. And after that, for New Monarchy, the only other thing you might want to look at is it has a decent auto rifle. It's pretty good. You're gonna use your perfect balance over here, as well as your rifle barrel to get your range up, and glass half full. It's amazing perk for an auto rifle. The impact, it's not bad. Range, rate of fire is pretty good. Range is a little abysmal. But as a secondary weapon to buy from New Monarchy, if you happen to be part of New Monarchy, that's not too bad. You could look at the hand. I wouldn't recommend the hand cannon, honestly. And there's better sidearms. And we'll move on to the next. The next faction that I'm going to talk about is, I have to say, the least favored, Dead Orbit. Don't kill me if you guys love the weapon selection, but it doesn't really appeal to me. I don't even think I can choose 2 weapons from this faction. The only thing that I kind of look at is the Hung Jury. Solid impact, solid range, honestly very impressive. Firefly, amazing perk, especially for a pulse rifle. Remember, I'm only talking about PvP. I don't care about PvE during this review, and I'm only favoring PvP traits, in case you were still wondering. Honestly, this is nothing to be desired too much. It's a half decent weapon, but there's a lot of things that outclass it. For instance, I have Lamidia over here. The impact on that guy is great and all, but it's not going to make a big difference in PvP. You're going to get outclassed by other pulse rifles. After that, I can't really say much about this. There's not really anything that stands out. Even the auto rifle here, the only thing is it has third eye. Other than that, it's all right. But honestly, if you're not already part of this faction, look elsewhere. If you have to, this is a secondary choice. And here we come to, obviously, the faction that I favor, as you can see by a lot of the equipment I have. Future War Cult, probably the best faction. What you're looking at as far as weapons, I will choose only 2. First, the pulse rifle, the Villainy. Pretty solid. Third eye, range, stability, very, very sexy. Range, this weapon's effective range just adds on to the range. You got your choices over here, which is notable. The focus lens, 5, if you like the scope on it. Very good. Yeah, it's a solid weapon. Is this the best pulse rifle for factions? No, absolutely not. But it is a solid one. So if you do happen to be part of the Future War Cult, definitely take a look at this one. It's noteworthy. What separates the Future War Cult is obviously this weapon. I'm sure a lot of you are already aware of it. It's, makes up for some weapons that got nerfed. I won't say of which, but yeah. Luck in the Chamber, one of the best perks you can have. Not much to say about this. Probably want to stick with the extended mag. And then this bad boy, Firefly. Yeah, this is an amazing weapon, especially for PvE, although I'm stressing I'm only talking about PvP. As far as the pistols go, out of all the factions, this is probably the best pistol. It's not a great pistol per se. There's a lot of better pistols in the game, so unless you for some reason you just can't get anything else and you have to rely on marks for your factions, maybe stay away from this. But yeah, as far as pistols go, I'd say this is probably your best bet. You know, all the weapons they're not too bad, especially even the fusion rifles if you're into that. And yeah, there you go. All right, and now we have the Vanguard Quartermaster. Now, well, first, the thing that stands out for Vanguard, which you definitely should take advantage of some point in your Destiny career, is it has the best sniper, the 1,000-yard stare. There are many better perks for this weapon, but since this is the one that you can buy straight up, I'll just gonna go through this. You want to stick probably to the first scope, whatever. Triple tap, not bad, not bad. You know, paired with mulligan, triple tap becomes very useful. Perfect balance is honestly, well, you know, with a rate of fire of that, it's not the best, but whatever. I didn't even know this had Hannibal. All right. And reinforced barrel is probably what you want. So yeah, good impact, solid range. This is by far the better sniper rifle choice out of a lot of sniper rifles in the game, actually. And as far as the factions go, this is probably the best. I just don't foresee anything else coming up against this. After that, I mean, it has a wide variety of like almost decent weapons, but the only one that kind of stands out is the Apple of Discord. It's a pretty decent pulse rifle. Notice that it's a HAK pulse rifle, so it's got that additional projectile. Yeah, there you go, that range right there just gives you a nice little boost. Headseeker, so it really changes the game. Best perk, pulse rifle in the game. Full auto on top of Headseeker makes this thing a beast. Oh yeah, and that stability right there. So this, honestly, out of the pulse rifles you can get from the factions, I personally say this is the second best. I guess you could compare it to what is coming up. Which to what I will say is the first best. Well, I worded that weird. But yeah, in my opinion, this is second best to what's to come, and you will see why. And here we are, the Crucible Courtmaster. This is where our journey ends. You've probably all guessed what I'm choosing for pretty much the best weapon in all the factions and best pulse rifle. It is the Hacksaw. You've probably been annihilated by this thing many a times in Crucible. It really is its standalone stats that sets it apart. It's a beast. Secret round, oh god, and the high caliber just makes this thing a nightmare. It's got half decent range, stability and rate of fire that makes it a nightmare. This thing just puts you down fast. So in PvP, this honestly really does outclass. But as I said a little bit before, it does get competition from the Apple of Discord because that Headseeker is just significant. But in the Vanguard's pool, I'll still give the edge to this weapon, simply because of its stats. After that, I mean, really, I hate to say it, but the only thing, it kind of tickles me. I do like the Havoc Pigeon. You probably shouldn't use sidearms because they are never going to be as good as the others, but side pigeons, I mean, the Havoc Pigeon's a hilarious weapon to use. It's a lot of fun. I'm going to give it points in PvP. It's amazing fun. And I love sidearms. They're hilarious. And yeah, that'll end this review. And I mean, I hope you guys don't send too much hate my way for just my opinions on PvP weapons inside of the pool of factions only. And cheers, guys. I hope to hear comments soon.